Orientation! Get excited! Yeah! The first year students are coming! Yeah! Alright. That Friday is a-comin' when all your Z's are going to arrive, and given the frenetic pace of orientation, it's going to be tempting to think about all your responsibilities so that you make sure you get your Z's to whatever event or meeting is next and have yourself ready for whatever discussion you need to lead. But let's just take a second to remember that orientation is all about the first year students and helping them acclimate to life here at Princeton. And let's appreciate the fact that they've all just been stripped of a good many of the supports, comforts, routines, familiar faces, and feedback loops they've enjoyed. They're in a new location, a new room, a new bed, with a roommate or roommates they don't know. The food is new, the country may be new, the academic and social environment could be entirely different from what they're used to, and a good many are wondering if they can hack it academically, and, probably most importantly when they first arrive, whether they'll fit in and make new friends. So throughout the craziness of orientation and the first weeks of classes, remember that the best way to help your Z's is to create a sense of belonging and a sense of fitting in for them here at Princeton. In short, we want them to start truly believing that they're a valued part of a community and that Princeton, the residential college, and especially their Z group, is home. If they don't start feeling that, then all the energy that could be devoted to exploring issues and new experiences, to challenging their assumptions and opening themselves up to the diversity of other perspectives, to creating meaningful lifelong friendships and rich intellectual and cultural experiences could be wasted. All that energy that could be focused on expanding their world and worldview will instead be focused on protecting themselves. I know this is corny to say, but we want students to build bridges, not walls. Now, there's no single surefire recipe for creating a sense of home or community, but many administrators in the residential colleges and campus life have spent a lot of time thinking about just what the curricular goals of orientation should be and how those goals can last beyond orientation. And here are all 6. These objectives won't be reached by attendance at the orientation programs themselves. While the college staff and campus partners will all play a part, you, as an RCA or ARCA, are absolutely vital. You are the connective tissue that ties all the orientation events and programs together. And while your Z's may already be connected to Princeton through their team, an older sibling, a friend from their home country, or even FSI, you are the constant presence in the lives of the first-year students that will help them process everything that gets thrown at them. In a way, you're the security blanket that helps first-year students transition to college. Given your importance to the first-year experience and the mentoring role you will play throughout the year, please always keep in mind that your Z's will be looking to you for cues about Princeton's social, behavioral, and language norms. Your use and possible indifference to racist, homophobic, sexist, or xenophobic language or any otherwise discriminatory speech will reinforce or encourage the very behavior in your Z's we really don't want in our community. Be an example. Your Z's are also going to look to you during orientation for how to approach all the events. If you act like these events don't matter or blow them off, your Z's will act like they don't matter too. Yes, you're going to be tired, and yes, your Z's are going to be tired as well. But if you're excited, they'll be excited. You'll have access to the orientation calendar of events and your responsibilities for those events, so we won't go through those in this video. What we like to do instead is to discuss briefly the curricular goals so you have the bigger picture for orientation in mind. In addition to understanding and valuing academic integrity, we want students to engage with difference in their intellectual explorations and come to value and invest themselves in the liberal arts education Princeton provides. Programs like the Pre-Read Assembly and Academic Expo get to this goal. A community disintegrates unless there are standards to protect the well-being of all members. We want students to appreciate that and thus become familiar with the Honor Code and Rights Rules responsibilities, as well as participate in a bystander intervention program. Sessions in the residential colleges like the first Z group meeting, head of college dinners, and also sessions on academic integrity speak to this objective. We want students to embody the best practices and discursive norms that help maintain meaningful interactions and respectful discourse in our community. Wouldn't it be great if we could get a good number of our first-year students involved in the many identity-based resources and offices on campus? Reflections on Diversity and the Way You Move are good examples of orientation programming that work to accomplish this goal. Put simply, let's get those first-year students involved. There are so many ways first-year students can help and lead. Let's start getting them excited now. 2 examples of how service and leadership is introduced during orientation is through Reflections on Service and the Activities Fair. Did you know drinking 10 Monster energy drinks a day and only getting 4 hours of sleep a night isn't a formula for success? Who knew? We've got to help first-year students appreciate the importance of self-care and care for others. We've also got to help them know about all the great campus resources available like public safety, CPS, and even the college office, which is why all these offices are featured prominently during orientation programming. The whole not going out of Fitz-Randolph Gate may be kind of corny, but traditions are important. They're part of belonging. So get your Z's excited for Target's Roar and Clash of the Colleges. The next 2 videos are on CA and OA. For the first time, these 2 small group intensive experiences are part of orientation and will no longer be considered pre-orientation. You should remember though, that while most first-year students will be participating in CA or OA, there will be a small contingent of athletes in fall sports that will be on campus during the week. Your DSL will know if any of your Z's fall into this category, so check with them to know who to look out for. We've been working hard to make orientation best help students acclimate to Princeton, which is why you are making history as the RCAs and ARCAs for the class of 2020, the first class to come to Princeton where pretty much everyone will have completed OA or CA. While it's not perfect, and yes, we could do more of this or less of that, we hope that by the end of orientation, your Zs are starting to feel a bit more comfortable with themselves, with you, their Z group, and Princeton.